Hey, Daniel. Let's get over here and. You did miss me, but now I'm back again because, dag nabbit, his boot scraper's getting done today. You'll see that a lot did get done, which is awesome. Just saw that this needs to be just a little bit tappity tapped. There we go. Same with the other one. It'd be awful nice if everything was just lined up neatly when it's all ready to go. So let's make that happen. That looks pretty good. Put it back in there. Wait, it's time to punch some square holes. Square hole time. Come on. Let go. Hey, look at that. Pop that scale off and you can see right where the mark is supposed to be. All right. Glove. This is a hot, and I have a very short punch. Unlike most folks, I actually put a tiny little taper on the end of my punch. And the reason is really simple. It helps find the spot on. I put the center punch. All right. Square punching time. There we go. Oh, it'd be nice if I actually showed what I was doing. Nope, wrong one. Try that again. There we go. Come on. Good. Trying my damnedest to not slip off and hit my finger again. I've hit my finger and thumb and made them very unhappy with me. Back into the fire. Now again, looking at this blade, which is just a piece of this one, yep. Looking at this, what will be the blade, that's too long as it is. I think I need to trim off 8 inches or so. It only needs to be as wide as my boot and a bit more for bigger boots. And to let the mud come away without getting trapped in there. But I think plus the amount of room for the tenons. So I think that's more than enough. Hey Alexis, I see you're back. Thank you. None of you have to be here. I just ran the stream for the last hour without anybody because OBS didn't actually come back to life the right way. So to catch you all up, the tenons are created. The tenons are, what's the word? Filed into their final form. There's the new blade. Enough room to tenon down into square tenons. Let's go ahead and put it into the fire. Let's go ahead and work on those square tenons a little more. So it wasn't exciting stuff to see me do anyway. I think we're hitting the bottom because it's wanting to bow now. Let's flip it over. I did take a short break to go and get myself a drink and a bite to eat. I'm going to heat it up one more time because I can't see the mark there. Oof. There we go. That felt like a thud. That felt like I should be able to see the thing I'm flipping. I need to flip it over to punch through. Let's find out. Still not really, but we're gonna wing it. I'd be really upset if I'm going through a completely different hole at this point. Sure does feel like it though. Maybe I wasn't as bottomed out as I thought. Let's put it back in the fire. Get those sparks flying. That's the sound I'm looking for. Let's see if I can find my mark. Not really. All right, let's aim for what I think it is. When it's round, it's real obvious. That feels like it worked. Yep. Hasn't sheared all the way out yet, but that's it. Yep. Good, good. We have a square hole. I need to drift that just a little bit. That's the feeling. Ah, I was in the right place. It did not shear off. It will shear off. Blast it. There we go. All done. Now for the drifting. Now, for the next part that needs to happen for this to work, back with this. This time it really doesn't matter which of these I use, so I'll just use the same one I was using. Because I'll probably have to file the square shoulder this time, but I can still start with one. Let me think about that. You know what? No. We are going to use the fullering die. And the reason is simple. I'm going to have to file in there anyway, and I need to draw out. So start with the die that'll do the drawing. It's a really small fullering die, so Jack, which one's which? Nope. There it is. Ah, thanks, Jared. I'm back on everything, I'm pretty sure. It will and shall shear off. All right. And over here. And we'll use our drift here. It is both a punch and a drift. Woof. It hit the floor. It got low. Oh, oh, oh. My back says I shouldn't be doing that too much. All right, let's do this. Yeah, that should be more than enough for a tenon. On the ground. Everybody drink. There we go. Aim for the drift. Drifted from the other side. Whatever I drift this to is what the tenon's got to become. So that's what I'm shooting for. We'll go ahead and put it back in the fire just in case it makes sense to drift it some more. Come on. Okay. Oh, come on. I want to be done with these gloves. I don't think I need them at all at this point, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't need the glove anymore. Pretty sure that that is as big as it needs to be. We'll make sure in a little bit. Okay. Don't think I need this anymore. I'll pull it back out if I do. I might not be able to move tomorrow to go to work, but dag nabbit, I'm getting this thing done. There we go. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Looks like it. If I worked with this material size too much, I would definitely need a specialized set of tongs, because these tongs aren't cutting it. All right. And I just quenched those for a reason. I'm going to need to have something to set into to know if I've got the right dimensions. Get back here. All right. Welcome back, Jeff. Yeah, I'm very much thinking about making a pair of box jaw tongs. These aren't cutting it. I'm thinking about turning these into box jaw tongs. I didn't like what the nibs ended up looking like anyway. Stretch that back. It is such a beautiful day here today. The sun is giving me grief trying to show you what I'm doing. It is 58 degrees outside. I'm wearing a thermal shirt and wish I weren't. I wish I was wearing a kilt because then I'd have a breeze in a place I could really use it. So first thing we're going to do is just reform these tongs a little bit. And we'll go back over here. Dag nabbit. Beat down that shoulder when I didn't mean to. Getting very close. Yeah, good thing I just sit at a desk. You're absolutely right. Because I'm going to be sore tomorrow. Sometimes I wish I didn't just sit at a desk thinking that maybe, just maybe, I wouldn't hurt as much. But then I remember professional athletes live their whole lives in pain. So not using your body doesn't make your body not hurt. Using your body doesn't make your body not hurt. So bodies just hurt. Ah, didn't give you permission to shift like that. Ah, dang it. Piece of scale just decided to land on couple of fingers. That sucked. With a k. I cooked that finger good. All right. Do something a little different. Spread it. I'm holding the wrong piece, that's why. We'll get these tongs the way I need them. In the meantime, we'll use another pair of tongs. Every time I look at these tongs, they're some of the ugliest tongs I've ever made, but then I come up with another way I can reforge them to make them just a little bit better. That's where I have to file in. There we go. I think that's the point where we just use the file for the rest. I gotta get things straight first though. Files can't make things straight unless it's a really small warp and you don't care about the dimensionality you're dealing with. All right, that's one side. Turn it around and do the other. Now that I've got square stock, I can grab it with a pair of tongs meant for that. Hey, look, I'm a part way to making a file. All right. In case you're curious about the craziness I'm doing right now. Come on. Get on. I always felt this bit was too thick. Now it won't be. It'll require some tweaking to get things back in alignment, but that's fine. This is the longest blacksmithing session I've ever had, where I didn't doing real heavy work instead of little silly stuff with 1/4 inch at the fair. All right, got that bit a little wider. Got more work to do with that one. Those tongs are truly horked at the moment, but that's okay. Like those little puzzles where you got to move the squares around to get the numbers in the right order. Sometimes you got to make a mess to get to a masterpiece. Ah, big dummy. Of course I needed this a second time. That seems about right. All right. Let's start getting some things back where they belong. Okay. There we go. That one's back where it belongs. That one's back where it belongs. Good. All right. There's still more work to be done there, but I can work on that another day. We'll leave that be for that other day. Focus on this. There we go. Now I think this one's done. Yay, you made it to the yard. Hope you're having a pretty day. Daniel, you weren't around when I showed this to folks before. Somebody had suggested it's time to break out a draw some pictures, and they were absolutely right. Let's go ahead and, if you're able to actually see the screen at the moment, you'll see the pictures I drew as to what I'm making. So, boot scraper, right? Top view, side view, um, yeah, side view of boot scraper and the tenons and the scrolls that you can't see from there. And then the other side view of the scrolls that you can see. So what goes through the square peg is this bar here. I mean, square hole is that bar there, which is what I'm working on now. Yep. I'm not the greatest artist. I'm not a half bad draftsman, though. Hey, Robert. I am. This damn thing's getting done today. Dang it! I wanted it. I want to be able to share it with y'all. You guys have made me very. You've got me inspired in the blacksmithing challenge channel. If you're not part of the blacksmithing challenge channel, well, you still got me inspired. Mainly because this is one of those kind of projects that has so many components to it. Because I've been, I went crazy overboard with the prompt, that I feel like I've accomplished something gigantic. It's a little boot scraper, but it feels gigantic. Because I honestly haven't done a lot of complex projects. I've always done projects that had no joinery. Let me think about that. Tongs don't count, right? Tongs have joinery, but come on, barely. Oh shit, I just realized there was one more component I have to do. What do I have for that material? I have that stuff. Well, my rake may be going away, because it's kind of perfect for joinery. For let's see what else I've got. I could always cut some angle iron and turn them into bands. Not bands, what are the collars? That's it. That's what I'll probably do. I will probably just make collars out of angle iron. That's probably the smartest way to get it done. with what I've got. Yeah, so funny story. My wife's birthday is coming up uh, on the 5th. Our anniversary is tomorrow. Um, that's neither here nor there. Not part of the story. Just putting the content, getting the right time period in my head. Um, so about this time of year, a couple years ago now, my father-in-law moved in with us. Moved him from Florida, and about a month later, spring is well sprung here. Um, we go down to Florida to get his truck and his other stuff. Thank you, Daniel. And drive it back cross country back to here with my buddy Earl. Well, the reason I mentioned the birthday is Earl's going to be here soon. I hope to get him out here at Smith with me. Um, but we took the northern route. My wife, she said take the southern route, but Earl just did not want to have to go through Texas. So we took the northern route and learned that spring does not spring everywhere very consistently. And we ended up in a blizzard in Wyoming. I don't know if I would have done it any differently had we to do it all over again. We had a blast. But we learned some stuff. And every now and then my wife says, it reminds us that we should have taken the northern route. Because that's what wives are for, to remind us of how many dumb things we've done. All right. That's pretty darn close to done. Swing it around. Check it the other way. Yep, same thing. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the forge and we'll switch over to the device cam. Because it is time to... In June, my goodness. There. And then we swing this around. There we go. And we do that again. No motion sickness. You're welcome. So let's start this way. Start by cutting in some shoulders. And of course, I'm going the wrong way with the file, dummy. And this is the time to put on gloves again. I've learned the hard way. It's too easy to get quick kisses from the material when the file just decides to jump. I love the temper colors as you remove the scale. What I'm seeing here is it should go back into the fire only because it's a little twisted. I'll do a lot less filing if I don't have to deal with the twist. I didn't have to put it back in the fire. Good. And I still intend on sending that woman, and I need to do it sooner than later. Heck, my burns from the other day have already healed without gloves. No problem. Thanks. Everybody loves that sound, especially the turkeys. You hear them? All right. Percussive maintenance. Go ahead and do the other side. That way when I go flat, I can see if I got the shoulders even close to parallel. That looks about right. That looks pretty good. Not the place to rest that, apparently. And of course, folks, nobody says you need to be here if there's another Smith that needs your love. I just want to be here where folks can see the process get done if they want to be. All right. Helps if you use the There we go. That's now square. Let's try this one. Nice and square. This needs to come in a little more. All right. Close. Still not there. looks like it's got it. We'll go across the top. Okay. Looks pretty good. Nope, wrong side. And again, this is probably way too much material. But always better to have too much than too little. All right. Try something here real quick and then, yeah, that's what I thought. All right, I'm gonna do the lazy man's way of doing this. It could have been forged down quite a bit more, or I can drift those open. But Gotta love those temper colors. All right. So close. Okay, that's it. I don't want to take too much more off those tenons, so guess this needs to go back in the fire and drift it a little more. Oh well. All right, why don't I shut this down? I'll keep working on it. You guys go hang out with Yamez. Maybe I'll watch Yamez too. Love and light, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me.